The proverbial changing of the guard, a transition in the leadership of the SATIIM Tamash Institute for Indigenous Management, took place this morning in Punta Gorda, where outgoing Executive Director Greg Chuck formally handed over the reins to his successor. Chuck's resignation to pursue legal studies abroad was first announced a year ago during a similar gathering in Midway.
Yes, I have been accepted to law school. It's a personal decision that I have taken in consultation with the leaders of these communities. They have given me their trust to lead them, and it's only right that I consult with them in decisions that even those that are personal to me. When I decide to go, there will be someone that will rise to the challenge to continue to honor the legacy of resistance of our ancestors.
While an heir apparent had not at the time been named, Froila Salam will be taking over the post as SATIIM's new executive director.
Greg has left, but the work continues, and so our goals, our aims, our programs remain the same. Now, people have asked me if we're still going to continue the legal battles. For sure, because that's one of the things that SATIIM has focused on over the last 17 years. We also do community development. We have programs focused on that. We have community agroforestry, and we're currently working with the women's group in Midway. We also have the environmental issues. You know, we were co-managing the park, and we're still monitoring it along with the village leaders.
According to Chuck, his reason for stepping down was private, and during the years since the initial announcement, has worked closely with the respective indigenous communities to build their trust in his replacement.
This decision was taken last year, but we had just recently filed a case, and I deferred it to this year. It's a personal decision that I've taken to study law, and I used this 1 year to work with the leadership of the community, to work with the community at large, to find someone that they are comfortable with, that they can trust, that they can confide in, that they are assured will adequately represent their interests.
Those interests at the moment primarily revolve around the exploration for oil by U.S. Capital Energy within the SATIIM Tamash National Park. Salam shared SATIIM's position on the matter, where it concerns the relationship between both entities.
It has been adversarial, I believe, primarily because U.S. Capital could have taken the moral high ground and said, I want to pursue this industry in this area. So who do I need to bring on board to make sure that everybody understands the positions that we are now discussing? That has never been the case. As a matter of fact, government has linked its hand clearly with U.S. Capital and said, you do what you have to do, whatever it takes, and we will support that. Now, until that position changes, Isani, one that recognizes the claimant communities as the rightful owners of their land, that position will not change. We are not changing our position. That is what U.S. Capital has to acknowledge first before we commence any negotiation or any process with them.
In terms of the transition, with regards to all the litigation and the subsequent outcomes of those particular processes, how will that work? Transitioning from your leadership and what we have on the table in front of the courts to one where Ms. Froila Salam is now taking over from where you've left off?
Well, in terms of the strategies, you know, the way we work at SATIIM, the community decides what should happen, you know, and we work. My duty is to how do we get it accomplished, and I have done it my way. I don't expect Froila, and she said it publicly today, that I am not stepping in Greg's shoes. I will do it the way I think it needs to be done. So I think that, and this is reflected in what the leaders have said today, which is the work that I have done, the work that Froila will be doing is not Froila's work or is not Greg's work. It is our work.
SATIIM is moving towards assisting the communities it represents to clearly demarcate the boundaries of the individual villages in an effort to enforce the ruling of the Supreme Court on customary land rights. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Kayatano.